Welcome to the Spinoso Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alex Spinoso, and I've built multiple medical businesses to 7, 8, and even 9 figures. And I'm here to share exactly how I did it. This isn't a podcast where I tell you what you should do all the time. This is a podcast where I tell you what I did. I want to help you build your business, take ownership of your life, and become a better leader at home and at work. So I want to ask you a question. Do you want to be great? Do you want to be a leader? Do you want to build something of real value? Well, guess what? If you try to do that, you will get canceled. Don't let them. I know, because they tried to cancel me. Not for a crime, not for gossip, for an opinion. A medical opinion. For being loud enough to call bullshit on the official story when the C-19 hit. And for refusing to fall in line with a bunch of frat bros from Dartmouth decided that parroting headlines was safer than actually fucking thinking. So quick recap here. Back when the pandemic hit, I said what I believed. I called out what I saw was nonsense, especially with masks, mandates, and how fear was being weaponized. I didn't hide it, I didn't soften it, and you know what happened? People I hadn't heard from in years suddenly became the morality police. Suddenly they knew more about science than myself, who studied it his entire fucking life. No conversation, no curiosity, just a bunch of physical therapists and people who work in Wall Street talking about their own experience and grabbing their digital torches and came to burn the bridge that I was standing on. It stung, pissed me off, yeah, but here's the leadership lesson. If you say what you really think, small-minded people are eventually going to come for you. It's not an if, it's a when. It's not new. It's just louder now than ever before because you got social media. Every era has its thought police. Take Winston Churchill. 1930s, Britain was celebrating peace in our time. Churchill stood up in Parliament and said what nobody wanted to hear. Hitler is rearming. And if we don't prepare, we will pay for it in blood. The crowd, they booed him. He was ridiculed in the press. His own party pushed him aside. He spent nearly a decade in what he called his wilderness years, watching his country ignore every warning sign. But when the bombs started falling on London, guess who they called? The man who they had canceled. That's what courage looks like, guys. The ability to tell the truth before it's actually convenient. Business has its Churchills too. In 2007, when everyone was chasing real estate, a hedge fund manager named Michael Burry looked at the mortgage data and said, this entire housing market is a ticking time bomb. Nobody listened. His investors mocked him. Banks laughed at him. They said, you're crazy, you're wrong, you're finished. And when the 2008 collapse hit, he made hundreds of millions of dollars for his clients. He wasn't lucky, he was willing to be alone. That's the price of conviction. If you want to be admired, stay quiet. If you want to be respected, speak when it's costly. When people try and cancel you. It's rarely about morality. It's about control. They want to scare you back into the herd. They want to make an example out of you so that no one else gets the idea that truth is allowed. So what do? Well, you have two options. You either shrink or you build. And I chose to build. I checked my conscience, I looked at my life, I looked at my results. And that's the only scoreboard that matters. If you can look at your life and say, I'm proud of what I built, then the people shouting from the cheap seats, they don't get a fucking vote. They don't pay for your bills. Being canceled is a filter. It exposes who's loyal and who's convenient, who believes in you and who just liked your spotlight. So use it. Turn their rejection into fuel. Turn their gossip into leverage. Let the quality of your work be your rebuttal. That's what Churchill did. That's what Burry did. That's what every strong builder does. When the mob turns on you, don't run. Stand still. Let them show their cards. Then, simply outlast them. When it happened to me, I'll be honest, I wanted revenge. I thought about buying the loan on our old fraternity house and bulldozing it just for the fuck of it. Then I thought, nah, remodel it. Make it into something new, something better, new fraternity. One built on purpose, not politics and idiots. One with a new motto, Alexander Victus Countereth. Alex crushes the defeated. Shit. But seriously, that's what you do when they cancel you. You take the ashes, and you build something stronger on top of that. And if it helps, use the anger. That's a dark, clean energy in being underestimated. The kind that sharpens your focus, hardens your resolve, and reminds you exactly who you are. People will tell you, don't get mad, it'll burn you out. No, it'll burn you clean. If you channel it into purpose, it becomes rocket fuel. So when they come for you, and they will, don't explain, don't apologize. Let time, excellence, and results do the talking. Because history doesn't remember the mob. It remembers the builders who refused to kneel. Because greatness, real greatness, can never be canceled.